Hello, everyone, and this is Anastasia Stoyanova with you guys, and welcome to a new episode of my podcast, English in Canada. Today, we are going to talk about something very unusual, and I was doubting whether I should include this episode, but I truly want to share everything that I'm feeling and what I'm living through on this podcast. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about music and how my music preferences changed and evolved. And I'm going to talk about the impressions and my experience of going to one of the biggest concerts of my life that I've been to, because I've only been to really smaller concerts. But yeah, so stay around, please, and hang out with me. And I'll talk about the band that I got into last fall, and the band's name is Ghost. And for those of you who are watching the video version on YouTube, I'm going to show you for a couple of seconds this nice t-shirt that I'm wearing. Do you see that? Yay. So this is a Ghost t-shirt. And let me tell you something. So first of all, I do think that music taste, of course, differs from one person to another, but it's not set in stone. And throughout your life, you might change your mind about what you listen to. I'm a music lover, and I listen to all kinds of music, and I think I've learned a lot of languages, also with the help of music, because whenever I learn a new language, I listen to the music in this language a lot, and it helps me. It builds associations, it builds the melody. So for me, the English language is also about songs, and being an ESL instructor and teacher, music helped me to build the skills as well, to build the language skills, believe it or not. And we can benefit a lot and learn about the culture. So, but that's just the importance of music. And I think music helps us to live the moments of your life. Sometimes we need some kind of pick-me-up or boost or so. And for me, rock and metal became that, but not like death metal or anything that's really heavy, nothing heavy. So this Ghost band and the concert I went to here in Toronto, it's very interesting because it's actually metal and arena rock or like pop rock genre. And actually, it's very melodic and it's beautiful. And the singer, the front man of the band, is a great guy. His name is Tobias Forge. And actually, it's a Swedish rock band, a metal band. And they've been around for a while. Like, I think they've been touring for 15 years. But they really, really got bigger last year because they released this new album, Skelletta. And this is like my favorite album, I think. Maybe the same way I love their album that's called Impera as well. But anyway, let me tell you something. This concert was a phone-free concert. So it means that our phones were put away in a special pouch that's called Yonder Pouch. You can check it out and Google just Yonder. I think it's YONDR, Yonder. And we really got good tickets and really good seats, and it was at Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto, and it was on the 31st of January this year, 2026. And I want to just share some impressions. It's going to be a quick episode, but I really want to share this so that you can get to know me better, also on my tastes, my preferences. First things first, like I said, I'm a music lover, and actually the first time I got introduced to this band was 2022. My former colleague, introduced me and said, hey, I want to share some music that I like with you. And there's this band, and it's very special and unique because the frontman and the band, they are like nameless, and the identity of the frontman was hidden, I think, until 2016 or 2017. It's a separate story you can Google about. It's very interesting, actually. So, and what is so special, what's so unique is that they're wearing nice costumes, and there is the lore that comes with that, with the band. And every season, there is a new Papa. Yeah, like there's new Papa. Sometimes Papa plays one album or two albums, and they change. The Papa is the front man. And it looks like this, like on my t-shirt. Yeah, so with a mask, with a makeup. And fans love to do that as well, dressing up and putting makeup on. And that's what I did as well, actually. When the day of the concert arrived, I bought this costume on Amazon. It's a nun's costume, like a very classic ghost fan look. And I was wearing this costume and a face paint, and I put I did all the makeup myself, and for my husband as well. We had this, like, heavy metal or rock makeup, and really cool. You can check out my Facebook. I also posted some pictures there. Yeah, and it was amazing. I even put like some glitter, like a body and face glitter. It was nice. It was great. I got a lot of compliments also from other fans, and I got so excited. My husband even bought me a doll with the papa, and now this papa doll is hanging around with me when I teach at home. So yeah, that's lovely. And anyway, like, I just want to say one thing, that first of all, this concert was so special to me because it's like the highlight of my year. It was something like a pick-me-up kind of event, because I've been through a lot lately for the past couple of years. And I used to think that metal and rock, these are the genres that are only for people who are depressed, or only for people who are like unhappy, or they have problems with their head or something. I know it's very uncultured, yeah, to say like that and to think like that. So I do think it's my mistake, it's my bad, you never know. But then when you have this kind of misconception and bias, and then life throws that at you and you fall in love with rock. So that's what happened to me. And last fall, I was just scrolling through Spotify, and I was aware that, such group existed, and I actually liked a couple of songs of that music band, and the Spotify just said, like, events near you, and it just showed up. Somehow I remember whether it was Spotify or YouTube. I don't remember whether, but I just saw that they released a new album, and so I clicked on it and I started listening, and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I fall in love with this band earlier? I remember I was telling my colleague that, oh, no, it's maybe later, like, I'm not a metal fan. But then look at me right now, I'm wearing Ghost t-shirt, right? Like, you never know what things might change in life and how your life might go. But yeah, I got really excited about this concert, and after listening to their recent album, Scaletta, it's amazing. It's really, all the songs are beautiful, peace-filled, Lacrima. If you haven't heard, you should Google. And it's very beautiful, the way, the style, the lore of the band, and I really got into it, and I started listening. I was like, okay, hell yeah, I want to listen to the whole thing. I started listening from their very first album, and what inspires me a lot is the frontman, the singer of this band, is actually not a native speaker, but he's a Swedish man, and he learned English, and he worked on his American accent so well, so hard, that now when you listen to it, you can barely hear any accent. And that's really truly inspiring. And I think it's great that people can do that, can learn a language like that. Me being a linguist and a teacher and a polyglot, and I learn many languages right now. I'm working on my 6th language, if I don't count 1 or 2 languages that I tried learning, but then I stopped. So, like, my active languages. I really appreciate this fact that, a lot of Europeans, and especially I know in Sweden, people love languages like that. And he did a good job with his accent and singing. So just about the concert, couple of things. So first of all, it was at Scotiabank Arena. It's a huge arena. It was my first time going there. I truly appreciated this energy. I think the most important thing, like the bottom line, is that you can always watch something on TV or on your phone, but it's never going to replace this hands-on experience, this immersion into the concert, into the atmosphere, into the vibes. And 2 hours just flew by, and they played so many songs from the previous albums. But before going to the concert, I had put my makeup on, had put my costume on. It was amazing. It was great. After the concert, though, I truly caught the post-concert blues. I got like really sad that it was all over. So I rewatched the concert movie right here, right now, and I don't know. And I got into rock and metal more. Like I started listening to more bands, and who would have thought? These days, I do not stay in touch with that former colleague of mine, but um, it's when I think about it, I think like, okay, like if who would have thought, yeah? Because back then I was thinking, oh my God, how can you listen to such music? So never judge anyone, because tables might always turn, as they say. Yeah, things change in life and you change your preferences and tastes differ, tastes change over time. So these post-concert blues, yeah, they truly hit me, but I miss Ghost. I miss the concert, and I keep listening to them, and I got more into rock. Like I started listening to Nirvana, and that's my husband's favorite band, and actually also, like, yeah, I like Nirvana, but not that much. Like, I don't know, back then, but now after I got Ghost and I got into Ghost and I started listening more and more, I truly appreciated Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, and it just happened so that we rewatched the documentary also about him right when it was his birthday. So it's great. So I want to say something. If you can't afford to go to a concert because now the prices are skyrocketing, especially here in Toronto, remember that you can always get a credit, or you can always, just finance with the help of like Klarna or a firm or other companies, and you can pay over time almost with a very low percentage. Like the interest rate, I mean. Just do not deprive yourself of such an experience because it's amazing, it's unforgettable, it's what pushes you and makes you live your life and makes appreciate every day of your life as it is. Like for me, music, something that pushes me through very difficult moments of my life. For the past 2 years, things have not been easy for me, but I always turn on Ghost Band, and I really appreciate the fact that I found them, that, that friend, that guy suggested long time ago, and who would have thought. So truly appreciate it, and it's just, I think it's become part of me. And top 5 songs that I listen to every day: Call Me a Little Sunshine, Darkness at the Heart of My Love, Lacrima, Peace Field, Respite on the Spittle Fields, Cenotaph. But it's so hard to choose because I listen to it all, especially everything from Scaletta and Impera, for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got to know me a little bit better. And sorry that it's a little bit off topic and it's not about English, but next time I'll talk more about language-related topics, Canada-related. But I just want to make this podcast truly personal so that you can benefit and learn about things with me and things that are related to my life as well. So kind of, I'm not wearing a mask here like the frontman of Ghost. I want to be just like an open book. So thank you so much for listening. Make sure to hit the like, or to go and watch and support my YouTube if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or other podcast platform. Just go to my YouTube also, please. I would really appreciate if you could subscribe, hit like. You can always text me on Instagram, english.stoyanova, english.canada. I have one Instagram in English and one in Russian. So please do that. And if you have Ghost, you have everything, as they say. It's my pleasure talking to you today. And see you next time, or you're going to hear me next time. Bye-bye.